Okay, who wants to get us underway? Yazar?
Hi, what did you make of the performance, and particularly how did the red card affect the team's performance today?
Yeah, any red card affects the game massively. Probably really disappointed with the fact that we were probably just getting into our rhythm in that moment and starting to have a feel for what the solutions were against Fulham and how they set up defensively. So it come at a really bad time for us. So yeah, I think it's affected the game massively.
Before you came in, there was a lot of talk of indiscipline being a problem, and I think it's the seventh red card for the players this season. Have you noticed anything to do with that, or maybe a loss of control in that moment? There was also 3 yellow cards for dissent, immediately after that as well. Have you noticed any issues with discipline?
Yeah, obviously there's been a lot made of the red cards this season. I don't think this red card is ill-discipline. This is a football. This happens in football. You get caught 1v1, and Marc's one of the best defenders in the world, so he would defend that situation 9 times out of 10. Harry Wilson's clever and he shows quality as well. He's got a very good player, so we got caught from a football and structural standpoint. So that red card's not a lack of ill-discipline. The 3 yellow cards directly after is something we'll have to look at, but I would argue that we don't want that to happen, obviously. I would then argue that they showed discipline to not get another yellow card in a tough game with 10 men. So you can look at it either way. So it's definitely something we have to look at. I'm not shying away from that, but that red card wasn't down to ill-discipline.
Second row, please.
Is it a cultural issue?
Is what a cultural issue?
Discipline, is it in terms of team's culture, do you think?
In what way?
Well, in terms of the red card was given and the players were arguing with the referee, and is that something that you can, or Liam can, take away from the team culture and address?
Yeah, it's not a cultural issue. It's probably the emotion of the game. It's probably the feel of the game. These guys want to win so much. They're competitors. They've let their emotions boil over, just like I did when I got a yellow card. So, which I don't want to do. So it's not the culture. These lads are great lads, great fighters, great competitors. They learn from that. We talk to them about that, and we learn and we get better.
Keris?
Hi.
Just wanted to ask about Liam, obviously the disappointing result, but great for him to get his first Premier League goal. Kind of what have you seen from him in the time that you've been working with him in Calum? Is that going to be?
Yeah, I thought Liam was brilliant when he came on at the Etihad. You can see that he had the pit between his teeth against his old side. He gave us a real outlet. His link-up play, his hold-up play was exceptional. Tough circumstances tonight, being the single 9 against down to 10 men. But even then, you see him fight, bully, control centre-backs and get us up the pitch. He had a big chance that would be disappointed to miss, which was great play from him and Cole link-up. I'm delighted he got his goal. He deserves it. He'll take confidence from that, and he'll go and start to show. Sorry, not start to show. He'll take confidence from that, and I hope his performances stay at this level.
And just on the playing with 10 for so long, it feels as though Chelsea have improved at that a bit this season in the games where they have been unfortunate enough to go down to 10.
They've had a lot of practice.
Yeah. What was your message at half time in terms of how you wanted them to approach the rest of that game?
Yeah, so it changes your plans in and out of possession of what you want to do. If you watch the first 20 minutes, we were really aggressive on the press, really embracing man-for-man presses, man-for-man structures. We nicked it 3 or 4 times in the first 20 minutes. That changes. You can't really press like that with 10 men. So we had to be a little bit more compact, defend, fight, defend our box and wait for moments. I thought we did that really well. I thought we had a lot of moments in the second half where we scored the goal, where we could have scored the goal. I thought we defended our box really well, other than, to be fair, a really high-level bit of quality from Harry Wilson to win the game. So, yeah, that was the message at half-time. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to dig in. The game plan's different, but let's embrace that.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more, Matt and then Peter.
I've got another question. Can I just check what we actually looked for?
I'm not sure. Moaning at the ref's decision, I imagine.
Obviously, this was the final of your 2-game suspension charge, and Liam was here tonight. Do you know exactly what will happen to you now? Will you definitely go back to the under-21s, or could you be part of his backroom staff to the first team?
Yeah, as I'm aware, we're back with the under-21s tomorrow. They're playing tonight. I actually don't know the score. I'd love to know the score if anyone knows. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll be back with the 21s and we'll be preparing for Crystal Palace in the PL2 on Saturday.
Peter?
Hi, Calum. We saw Liam arrive with the team on coach. What how much influence you had before the game and around it, and tactically as well, how much what was his nerves did he shape in that way?
So Liam came in yesterday at probably an hour before we were training. So we were having a team meeting to outline what training looked like. He came in before that. He spoke to the players about how excited he is to be at the club, his values, what he wants to bring to the team, what the objectives are. He then stepped away, he watched training. I caught up with Liam after training to go through where he'd seen the game plan from the meetings, because he'd watched the meetings back at another point. He saw training, he watched us train. I spoke to him afterwards about what we're going after today. But he's been, because he's came in so late, he's left, we've already done the prep, so he's left it to us. Other than encouraging words, other than being really complimentary about the work that we've done, he's given us free rein to pick the team, to decide the tactics, we're pretty aligned in how we think about football anyway. So if it was completely the other way, maybe it's different, but he's been really, really respectful and trusting, and let us get on with this job before he starts with the group tomorrow.
Okay, thanks guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to the first question. Sit here when you're ready to ask. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Thank you.
22nd minute, change the complexion of the game. Definitely red card. But without criticising the referee, what I want to understand is this. If an infringement starts outside the box, namely pulling, and continues into the box and prevents a clear goal scoring opportunity, isn't that a penalty?
Difficult for me to say to you that should be a penalty or not. It's true that started before the box, and after. Okay, it was a decision from in that moment was a decision that they took, and I'm not going to talk much about it because I did speak last Sunday, and looks that I'm always going to start to speak every single time about situations or VAR decisions, and I don't want to go always in the same direction because I prefer much to talk about football, but we are talking about 6 months, the season so far, and it's been many times and many difficult things and difficult for us to understand. But okay, we have to accept and we move on. When this type of decisions, they have an impact in the result, like last August against them away from home. That was a bad day for football, or last Sunday, for example, that I keep saying the same, and my opinion about that offside and that goal that should be disallowed. Football again, but so it is. Let's move on and let's talk about football. We won a game. It was a clear red card, at least that was a clear red card, and of course against 10 man the game became different. Even if you did start well the game was very balanced until that red card. We knew that you should be balanced, the control is coming for ourselves, but at the same time you cannot never switch off. I believe that second half we did switch off sometimes, and because that we gave some offensive transitions for them and dangerous moments from them. With Neto carry on the ball very well, or with some moments of Palmer. But it's what it is. I think at the end we deserve the 3 points. Second half, with the change, we push more for the goals, and we create some chances. Disallowed goal first half as well, and a great win for us. It's very good feeling from me to give these great games and for our fans, not being too humble, but for us they are 3 points, nothing more for that, for the football club. And for the people that they are more important in the football club, that they are the fans, means much more than that. And that is the good thing for me. I celebrate with my players, we move on. I'm going to start to think that in 3 days I'm going to have another game against Boro, different competition, and we have to make the players to be with all motivation again, because if you play against Liverpool or derby against Palace or a big derby against Chelsea, even with all the tiredness and the fatigue there, you have to move, you have to go. The game is very tricky, the next one, and this is what is my mind right now. But I know that represents much more than that for the fans. They are going to enjoy the next few days for sure with their neighbors, with their biggest rivals, and that represents more really for them. And I'm very proud that we can give them against a very good feeling. I know that the last 20 years before we start this journey was not something usual for them in terms of results against Chelsea. I know that on the paper everything is completely different off the pitch in terms of investment, size, whatever. They are the world champions. The reality that since we start the journey, you are giving year after year good feelings for them and this type of games, and that is the most important thing for me.
That's James Cole.
After the red card, Chelsea played surrounded the referee. It was quite a long hold up. Did you feel maybe they lost a bit of composure in that time?
To be honest, I didn't see many things. Anthony Taylor was speaking with me. I got a yellow card, as you know, because I asked a card, and of course he was completely right, giving the yellow card, and I was speaking with him because I knew it's going to be my third yellow card, and I'm not going to be on the bench next game and all that stuff. And I was speaking with him much more than looking what's happened there, to be honest. And I don't know. It's not for me to talk about Chelsea and if they won something or they lost. I know that they lost one player, that is clear, and of course the things are more difficult sometimes when you play with their man.
And 6 points now separate 4 from 13. You remember a Premier League season as open as this, below the top 3, and does it present an opportunity for you?
I don't remember, and it's being long time with me here. Today is January 7, and it's already 9 years since my first game in this country, in this competition, and was really in January 7 that I managed my first game in Premier League. I think today 7 years. Okay, 9 years from that moment. I don't remember many seasons like that in terms of so tight there. Last season was very competitive too. If you remember, probably not so many teams, not the gap not so short, but was probably one of the most competitive seasons that I remember in Premier League. This season is being even more, and that is shows the demandings of this league, shows that even with different tools, sometimes the capacity that some clubs they have to organize themselves well and to take right decisions, and of course to be competitive inside the pitch. That is the most important thing. Our opportunity is always to fight for the next game for the 3 points. Believe me, the unbeaten run is being incredible for us in this festive period. We played tonight, and we played in 7 days. We played 3 games, almost always with the same players. Of course, 11 against 10, bigger effort from the team with 10. Chelsea was able to rotate 5 players or 6 tonight. We rotate 1 player. We just changed Sasha Lukic for Sanderberg. The same players playing. All these minutes is being very tough for us. Now my mindset is clear for the Boro game. I have to motivate our boys to go there and to be competitive and to try to be in the next round of the FA Cup. And after come Leeds, you know what demands are to play at Ellen Road and all that stuff, and we have to go step by step to go there where we are, because I think we deserve it. From the beginning of November we have been achieving a lot of points because we reacted very well with more difficulties or not. The team is responding very well. Some players they step in the right moment and showing their quality, and I'm very pleased for them because they deserve all the credits.
Harry Wilson's been a very good and reliable player for you throughout the tenure at Fulham, but he's not always been a starter. Can you just speak a little bit about how impressed you've been about how he's taken his game to the next level, particularly in terms of goals scoring, maybe this season?
He's being incredible. Right now, everything that he touches will come something magic and something that is going to have an impact. And we just have to, fans they should enjoy, and you just have to try to take the best from him. Of course, now it's easy to talk, but Harry, for sure, is going to remember that pre-season we had some conversations that we are feeling that probably was going to be he was in the best moment, not with his impact, of course, but I was feeling that in terms of maturity, probably was the best moment of himself. Decision making, more calm in some moments. Football, sometimes you don't need to put speed and 100% speed in everything that we do it. The right moments, yes, we have to do it. And then, as you said, 4 years and a half with me, and I know what I am talking about, is the best moment of his career. Definitely, he's enjoying, but at the same time, he's working very hard. It's not just about the numbers. The numbers are top, incredible. I have to say that even the last 3 seasons, not playing the same number of minutes, his numbers, they were always decent numbers, they were always good. This season is being clear. They are being clear much better, but he's being incredible. But very humble, very, very humble. Hard worker always. If you go to play against a side and the plan is for him to track the fullback all the way down, he's going to do it. Physical point of view is in a very good moment as well, and you just have to take the best from him, keep going, keep enjoying, because it's good when you have your forward players with this confidence, and just enjoy what they are doing and keep giving the right feedback for them. Of course, the last 2 games we changed slightly the position of him when we set Issa Diop there. Timo Diop as well. We wanted to save some energy from him, from Raúl. Is incredible, the hard work from them. And of course, with Issa there and three central defenders, we save some energy from the forward players, because sometimes I'm tired to see Raúl and Harry Wilson and Emil running and working for a team like they are doing. But just enjoy giving the feedback for them, putting clear the plan, and of course they have to put their quality on the pitch.
I want to take 3 questions now. I just want to go Jack, Nizar, and finish with Jacob.
Marco, congratulations.
Thank you.
I take you back 1 month to December the 7th. You lost to Palace, 4 points above the relegation zone, and then you fast forward 6 Premier League games unbeaten. You now 8, 4 points, 4 points off 4, 3 points off 4. It's incredible because you've had 6, 7 key players out within that time. How much you're getting out of this side, Raúl Jiménez, it's incredible, and you must be very proud.
No, I'm very proud. Of course, I'm here right now as always. To be honest, they should be year round. Is what it is, because they have been incredible, as I said, and I told them, not just when Rodrigo got that bad injured, and I remember the game against Burnley away from home, when I wished all the best for the players. They went for the African Cup. I said in that moment, when this type of things happen in one football club, in one team, the others, they have to step in. And they have been incredible. The work rate from them, as I said before, the attitude, the commitment, but the ambition as well. Because tonight I know that was a different game, but to see our team, for example, against Palace, when you drew the game away from home, in the last 10 minutes, we were pushing more to win the game than the opposition. We created chances. Even against Liverpool, I know that you conceded the goal in the last minutes, but in team that was pushing more to win was Fulham Football Club, and make me very proud, because the ambition is there, is what I like to transmit for them, and it's been incredible. But it's, believe me, we are just not in the half of the season, but okay, just two games in the second half of the season is still a big fight there ahead of ourselves. We have to go step by step to thinking the next one. Football changed so quick and suddenly, as you said. And before that Burnley game, you were asking me about the 4 points from the bottom of the table, if you were feeling the pressure because the other teams are coming closer and whatever. And suddenly now you are asking me and your colleagues that we are 3 points from the top 4 or 4 points from the top 4. We don't look too much to it really. Of course, I'm pleased to see the position on the table. I'm not going to hide that situation. I'm more because the points we have achieved so far. That is the main thing for me. The unbeaten run, because it's everything so tight, is giving us the chance to climb on the table, and is important. But we know that we have to be ready for the next ones that will come now. But answer direct to you, 100% sure. I'm very pleased for the players, the way they have been adjusting things in some moments, adapting for the other opposition in the other moments. When I changed the plan, in some moments, even without time to train between games, by videos, by meetings and whatever, they have been realizing what we need, and they have been incredible.
Marco, back to Harry. Do you think that there's any regret about how you used him in the past, or Fulham have used him just because he's always been there and now he's showing this staggering level?
No regrets about it. You know, players sometimes you are talking, looks that he was not involved. If you see He was almost involved in all the games of Fulham, sometimes not starting, other times starting, but he was always involved. He was always a very important player for us. And if you remember, if you go back for my first press conference after the August window or the summer window, you asked me about the Leeds offer or something like that. I told you straight away. I didn't think 1 second about that. For me, was not even a case. He's our player and he's so important for us. I know that he's the last year contract. I don't care about if it's the last year that we can take some or nothing in terms of value from him. We should try to sign more years with him. We should enjoy him right now, but he's a key player for me, like he was. Of course, not many minutes, as you said, it's clear, but in terms of number was very good. The players, they need time, they should mature as well. His first season was incredible in championship with us, in that front line with him and Mitro and Cavano. I remember that moment, probably don't remember, but I remember how it was so crucial for us and so important, how we did enjoy and this football club enjoy so much him. And Premier League is like that. Sometimes you have more competition, other times you have less. I remember when we signed Chukwueze, probably what most of you and probably 50% of the fans, they were saying, Chukwueze is going to play all the games. But football is about performance, is about, and probably Chukwueze played more games on the left and on the right because Aaron Wilson is doing so well. Football is like that. Last season, Adama Traoré started very well the season. Pre-season was very good from him. He started very well. He helped the team with some assists and goals, and it took a little bit of time, but after it was very important. This season is being incredible, and I'm very pleased for him because he deserves. He's a great lad. He loves the football club. His family is very happy here where they are living, and they just have to enjoy. And of course, the club should try to do what they can do to renew the contract with him. Thank you.
Marc, a lot is made of how Chelsea have a very young group of players. You sort of at the other end of things, you've got quite a lot of experience. Do you think that makes a difference at this level?
I don't think so. You are talking about the club that they are the world champion. I have to remind you again. And when they won against PSG in the final, probably no one talked about that they were a young group or not. Simple as that. They played with a very experienced goalkeeper. Chalobah has a lot of experience. I know Tosin, the experience that he has. Malo Gusto, many years there. Cucurella probably is one of the most experienced left backs in the competition. And I keep going. Caicedo is one of the probably best 6 in the competition, most experienced one. Enzo Fernandez, is quality, world champion already in terms of the Argentina national team. And I keep going. If you want, I can keep going and show to you that it's not so like you are saying. I know that they are a young squad, definitely, but they have so much quality around the place, probably on the bench, in the stand as well. That's what it is. They are a top side. Not a coincidence that last season they won 2 big titles. Conference League, of course, they were the big contenders. They were the favorites, but the world champion as well. They qualified them for the Champions League. Simple as that. We won. We deserve, and we have to be happy. But of course, massive respect with the quality that they have.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.